ஒரே ஒரு 5 லிட்டர் இதய மந்த்ரா கடல் எண்ணெய் பேக் ஒரு மாசம் முழுசுக்கும் அத்தனை சமையல முடிச்சு விடலாம். இதய மந்த்ரா.
ஆளுமை மிக்க அரசியல்வாதியாக பியோர் பாலிடிக்ஸ் பயிற்சி பட்டறை, நேரடி இணைய வழி வகுப்புகள். உங்கள் சீட்டிற்கு முந்துங்கள். 7338824242.
வணக்கம். Respected all the friends that I have made today and old friends, Annamalai and Professor Kamakoti, everybody on the dais. A warm welcome to all the youth here. Extra welcome to all the farmers here. And also a warm welcome to everybody who eats at least once a day. Because this is about food, agriculture, farming, how we should farm, how we should eat, and how we should look at food itself. I want to congratulate my friend Annamalai Garu, as we say, for not only thinking of creating this through We the Leaders Foundation and organizing such a fantastic discussion and sharing of ideas with people who have been working in this field of organic farming, regenerative agriculture, whichever way we call it. Whenever I have met him for the last few years, every time I have only one agenda. Tamil Nadu has the potential to look like rest of India also, to do agriculture in an organic, regenerative manner and not go down the Western, extremely chemical monoculture route. This has been the only thing I tell him every time, and I'm so grateful to him. Like all good ideas that he gets, he tries to implement it. So thank you, Anna, for doing that. I have promised from Naandi Foundation we'll give all help. So that's as far as introduction goes. I will get to sharing some thoughts which I learned over the last 25 years. Like Professor Kamakoti sir said, he's an organic farmer. I am mainly what you can call as a one who, like Pied Piper of Hamelin story, collects all the farmers and makes them organic. That is my job. For last 25 years in Naandi, we have managed to get 1 million people to convert to organic farming. I should say that we have not done much of that work in Tamil Nadu. Most of it is in Andhra Pradesh, Punjab, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh. These are our main states. That 10 laksham, if you divide, it will come into these 4 states. With this, there is a temptation to look at Tamil Nadu also. So we might start in Tamil Nadu also. But before I go there, I just want to spend few minutes on some thought. It was very touching and sad to hear the story of Professor Kamakoti sir's family, trying to trace why close relatives lost lives when they are teetotalers, otherwise healthy, good thoughts, everything perfect. Anything that can go wrong can be only food. I can tell you, Kamakoti sir, at least 60 to 70% of all the families that we have met in Punjab say the same thing. There is a cancer train that it is called, from Amritsar it goes to Delhi. It only carries cancer patients. Punjab today has the highest, and apologies to anybody from Punjab sitting in the audience, but I should tell you Punjab today has the highest amount of pesticide and chemical fertilizer use. And we are copying it in other states also. I am not talking against any chemical fertilizer lobby, but I am talking for the farmers and for consumers. Anybody who eats should worry about it. So in the last 25 years, entire focus of Naandi was to make entire country, anybody who eats food, to ask 3 questions. Most people, we pray sometimes before eating food. to whichever God that you religion you believe, you pray normally, or at least pause. If you don't, I recommend we should. I request that in Naandi, we say, try to ask 3 questions before eating every food. Any morsel before you put in, ask 3 questions. One question is, has the farmer who made this food which has come to my plate, has the farmer made profits, or is he loss making? Because if he is making loss, soon the food will stop coming. You take an automobile, there are more than 8,000 parts, big parts. If you take small parts, there are so many. Every part manufacturer is profitable. If he is not profitable, he will not supply the parts. And collectively, everybody makes profits, and the car manufacturer also makes profit. The bank who lends the loan for the car also makes profit. If anybody doesn't make profit, then the car factory and car company and car itself will die. There is only one industry in India, my friends, my brothers and sisters, only one industry in India where the entire producers are loss making, retailer, consumer, everybody is profitable, and that is agriculture and food. Farmers are entirely making loss. Kamakoti sir should be the only profit making farmer in this hall, I can tell you. But that too, he said it took 14 years, plus remember he had a IIT salary. If he didn't have that, he would be also in my large statistics of loss-making farmer. This is the problem. So every time you put food in your mouth, please ask this question, how long will this come? Will this food continue to come when the farmer is not making profit? We in Naandi call it the P of everything, P for profit. Because we think profit means only industry's profit, quarterly result. We have to ask every time. How we said quarter to quarter. Farmer season to season is in loss, no problem. What policy is coming to waive his loan? What policy is coming to see that he gets new subsidy? That's all. Subsidy also goes to chemical industry so that the farmer can buy and get more loss. For subsidy is not to farmer, just in case you thought. So that is P. Second, about food you should ask, is this food good for me? My grandmother used to say in a party when I was small, that in entire life only 2 things you remember, Manoj. One, what you put in the mouth, and the other is what you take out of the mouth. If these 2 are good, everything is fine. Take out of the mouth is words, what you speak to others. Put in the mouth is food. Now the problem is, none of us know what we put in the mouth is good or bad. If you buy any food item, they have written 14 items, ingredients name, 10 you don't know the name. They are long chemical name. Food scientists around the world try to tell what you cannot read and understand, don't eat. But that's all we eat. Medical names are easy to understand. Food name breakup, you cannot make out what it is. You cannot even, I have to write it down if I have to read the names. You don't know. Only sugars, palm oil or something, 2-3 items we'll understand. Rest we cannot make out. So how do we ensure every Indian, for that matter every human being, but let us stick to India, how do we ensure everybody in Tamil Nadu will always eat quality food? How do we know? How do we know how much chemical is there? It is probably the most opaque commodity. We have no idea what you are doing. Medicine also, these pharmaceutical drugs, they have to go through so many clinical trials before you eat. Food, anybody can. I agree there is adulteration, FSSAI, that I'm not talking about that alone. If you just go and buy any vegetable, we have no idea what it is. There is no test to know whether it is good or bad. After 20 years, if you have cancer, you know it was bad. If you didn't, maybe it was good. So how do we know food is good? That is the question. It is possible. There are tests to do it. We should make it so normal. So we call it the Q, quality of food. How to ensure every food we do. So in simple terms in our story, which I will tell you in a few slides, what we did in one region in Andhra Pradesh, Araku region, tribal region. There, for coffee and every vegetable, we do 2 tests. My friend David will explain because he is the scientist for this. But we do a test called Brix meter. That is an equipment by which you can check BRIX, Brix meter. Any vegetable, any fruit, we do it for coffee, anything. You just have to squeeze a drop of it. It will tell you the natural sugar content in it. If it is high, there is a global standard for how much it should be for each. If it is high, that means it's very good. If it is low, it's not that nutritious. Same way, earlier developed and tested in Chennai only, David will talk about it, there is a spectrometer test. You can do chromatography. When you do chromatograms of any cut vegetable or fruit, it will release an image of the density of the nutrition. So I can cut for you organic, chemical, Kamakoti professor's fruit, Annamalai's farm's food, whenever he has one, and Naandi, everything we can cut and keep. And we can see the chromatogram. Whichever is dense chromatogram image is the most nutritious. But this is not known to people when we eat. If we were to display that on it, then most vegetables will be very cheap. Nobody will buy because it will show chromatogram empty. Therefore, we will not bring this test out. Maybe I will spend more time with Professor Kamakoti and we develop it, and IIT will popularize this test so that everyone can with an app go and check before buying. Imagine every child going and checking. They will not buy lot of chicken. They will eat only country chicken because it will show the difference. So that is Q. We are obsessed to ensuring that first of all our farmers eat good food before consumers itself. Today in Punjab, every farmer has 2 farms. 99% of the land to feed the rest of India, which is chemical, pesticide, poisonous food. 1% of the land for the farmer to eat, which is clean food. Because he is only one left, rest have all got cancer. So they are telling, I'm saying Punjab again and again, it is true all over India because I spent time a lot with Punjab farmers who told me the story, that's all. The data is the same in Maharashtra, the data is same in Tamil Nadu. There was a time in Kerala where I had spent a lot of time. I've spent time in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Orissa, Maharashtra, many states in my life going around. Kerala, there was a time, there was a ban for vegetables coming from Tamil Nadu because it had too much chemical and pesticide. There is a time today that anything going from India is banned in Europe because it is too much pesticides and chemicals. If we press each one of us, will be only chemicals. We have reached that level. So that is the Q. The third question to ask is, by the time this food has come to my plate, how much has it damaged our planet? We say Mother Earth. It's literally stampling on her chest and stomach and coming to our plate. If you can have that image when you have food. Imagine your mother is lying down, you are jumping over her, not barefoot, with shoes, and then coming over. That is the image we should have when we think of food. That is the damage we do to the planet. So if you don't want that, if you don't want terminal food, that is to kill the planet and eat, if you want the planet to be regenerated, like the cells in our body, then that is the right way to make food. So just these 3 questions, simple questions we have to ask. It doesn't matter it is organic, it doesn't matter you spray chemical, it's up to you. It doesn't matter you use machine, whether you have anything. These 3 questions answered. But today, only thing we know about food is from which app to order. That's all. That is the only definition of today's children's food. Anywhere in India also. That is the aspiration. We have to change that. We need an app which will say PQR. Profit for farmer, quality for consumer, regenerative process for the planet. If we can do this, so we call this Arakunomics. Because we developed this in Araku. There is no patent. Anybody can call it whatever you want. But if we develop that, then we can be sure finally we are all eating food. That's why this applies to anybody who eats food at least once a day. If you don't and if you are fasting, you can excuse that. But otherwise, this question, please think about it. That's my humble appeal. The moment we do it, everything changes. So, few slides I have with this thought about PQR in mind. The only way we can do PQR is if the country decides to go back to its roots. What was written in Vedic agriculture, what was written in ancient practices, what we used for forests, what the tribals and indigenous people did, same agriculture, which is using microbes, microbiology, using life science biology to allow plants to absorb nutrition, just the quantity they need, and pass it to others. There is a whole system like that to bring it back. Because it is IIT Madras, I am tempted to tell, all problems started with invention of this thing called periodic table. When the periodic table was invented early in 1900, people got obsessed with chemistry. And after it became clear that chemicals can lead to a birth of various industries, starting with the dynamite, gunpowder, everything else, they said, wait a minute, if we have water-soluble chemicals, we can ask the plants to stop doing their work and we will feed it. So we put entire plants on ventilator. Now everybody knows what is ventilator. So put it on ventilator and said, we will feed you. That is called Western modern agriculture. It's unfortunate that we have to explain why our agriculture is good, because that became conventional. What we are doing is telling earth, finally, please behave the way you have to, microbes will come back. So all we do in Naandi, our certification is our teams, David Hogg with his army will go and just see what and all spiders are there, what and all bugs are there, insects are there. By just looking, he will say chemically there or not. Because there is at least 1 billion friends for farmers sitting for every square inch of land. Forget acre. Your job cannot be killing our soldiers. Your job should be just to let them do their job. If they do their job, we don't need anything else. So what I want to tell you is Nandi's work with almost 1 million acres across India has no chemical fertilizer. We don't encourage anyone to have a borewell. So entire Araku 1 lakh acre, there is no borewell, no water for irrigation, nothing. Only 1 month rainwater. That's all needed. In Uttar Pradesh we work, Maharashtra we work, we don't encourage any need for borewell. If you happen to have water, I don't say don't put it, then we change the crop you should grow. So what I wanted to request is, we are happy to share that knowledge, which is sort of from Vedic agriculture. Germans and Britishers catalogued it, made it into a science. They call it biodynamic agriculture, some call it permaculture. But David Hogg and his New Zealand, another guru, Peter Proctor, made it relevant for India. In the 60s, 70s, 80s, they started popularizing it in Indore, then in Tamil Nadu. It didn't take off in Tamil Nadu. Then I started giving it roots in Araku, in Andhra, and now we are spreading it to India. We are very humbly grateful if it can be brought back to Tamil Nadu, which deserves a lot with less rainfall in most parts. So next I will take you few slides. I won't talk. If you go back to the first slide, I can tell you this Araku region, 1 lakh tribals, all of them, if you see the families we work, which means in most villages, 90% are doing our work. 90% of the farmers. So what they do in these regions is, first of all, not to make them grow monocrop. Everybody goes paddy, wheat in Punjab. Some other place like Maharashtra, they all eat sugarcane and cotton. I don't know how you eat, but that's how they grow. So maybe they eat that. Only 2 crops, Maharashtra, most places. So different places we have become monocrop. America is maybe corn and maize. Biodiversity has gone. Forget about feeding peacocks. Nothing. Only 2 crop in every plot. So here what we have done is, We told every Adivasi, every tribal family that whatever land you have, one portion for cereals, one portion for fruit trees, and within that find the cash tree. So in Araku region we have coffee, we have pepper, because we have silver oak tree, we grow pepper. And then we have different fruit trees, 18, 19 variety fruit trees. So these images will display that. And every farmer has been trained this regenerative agriculture by David Hogg. With due apologies to all the agricultural colleges in India, we have been told repeatedly by farmers that agriculture cannot be learned in a classroom. Somehow, I don't know, they tell me. But there is no agriculture university which is without a classroom. That's all they have. So we have got thousands of field schools on open fields of farmers. Farmers are the faculty. David is the, you can call director or dean or whatever. And they go and inspect. Farmers teach other farmers. There is no certificate also. Only way to know is whether the spiders have come back, whether the bees have come back, birds have come back. And then we have PQR test, of course. So now we have more than 25,000 farmer faculty everywhere, freely teaching. And once you know, they are so fascinated. Of course, we use as much tech as possible. Every tree of mine is trackable, is tracked with GPS. Every plot is tracked with GPS because we can get carbon credit for it. Every tree is counted by technology. Every farmer is given a mobile and an app. We capture all the data, we give it. So this is the other aspect, how to use technology to make every farmer learn quickly. Because there is complete use of technology for every bad thing to be done in world. From warfare to pornography to spreading fake news, everything technology is there. For tough knowledge like organic farming, it's almost impossible. It's a secret kept by David Hogg and few others. It's not known. So we have used technology to democratize it. Everyone should know what to spray. Brown rust is coming for coffee, what to do. How to ensure there is enough mulching to retain moisture. Any farm of we have, inside the farm temperature is 5 degrees less than outside. If nobody understands climate change, talk to farmer. He'll say the difference is the temperature has gone up during the day and it is unpredictable. It is regulated here. And my last point to everyone who should become a farmer, ideally most people should, is it is very difficult, even if you do full organic farming, to make large amount of profits unless you try to be part of the value addition process. Don't sell everything as just vegetable. Don't sell everything as just dal. Try to see how you can be part of the value addition process. So what we do is, every farmer, just as we do with money, if entire savings you put only in State Bank of India fixed deposit, it will grow only at 8%. If you have to put some in good stocks, some in mutual fund, some in gold, some in land, same way we distribute the farmers also like that. We distribute it between different crops, cash crop, seasonal crop, food crop, then we sow. So our goal is every farmer has to be profit making. In Araku, of the 90,000 families we work with, 72,000 are millionaires. They have less than 1 acre. This is net profit. And luckily in India, farmers don't have to pay tax, so it's not even taxed. All of them reinvest in either buying gold, because they don't know anything else to do, or they reinvest for next generation's education, or it is kept in the bank. Everything is paid by bank account. We also help wherever possible marketing. Tomorrow we may do it with even Amul because my friends are here. But typically we export most of it because it has shelf life and they give us greater value to farmers. That is how. So the coffee, if you see, if you want to export, not only like Professor Kamakoti sir said, regenerative, we make it the best quality. So when we pluck red cherry, it's only red. There is no yellow, no orange. You ask our tribal farmer, he will tell you there is only red. So Araku coffee of our 100,000 farmers, which is like Amul, a cooperative, that coffee overall scores every year minimum 85 out of 100 score. When you cup like wine, you can taste coffee also these days around the world. 92, 93 is again Araku coffee from these farmers because of the entire quality of the processing and the harvesting process. So my appeal is, anyone in Tamil Nadu or in this audience or anywhere, do not create an average farmer. Make them like IIT students, top class farmer. Because if he's not a top class farmer, you don't get top class food. That's all. I don't understand. I mean, IIT, we worry that they will make bad bridges, they'll make bad code. But what about food? The greatest producers are farmers. If they make bad food, we are condemned to eat bad food. So those who do not help farmers create world-class food are condemned to eat bad food and get diseases. This is my submission. So we have to ensure that every policy, everything is there. So whether it is coffee, as we did in my slides, you must have seen so many foreigners coming and sipping and spitting at coffee. They are global experts. Every crop, let us get the best knowledge. Some of them will be in India, some of them will be abroad. Best germplasm, bring them here and share it with our farmers. Try to get the best go-downs, best processing units, and let's do it. So that excellence is not compromised. Let us stop eating. I don't even know what is the word, junk food word we should change. We should say there is good food or there is poison. That's all. And majority of us all the time feed only poison. So with these words, all I want to say is, although in the legendary Tirukural also it is mentioned that everyone else who is not farming is dependable, only farmer is independent. I am telling you, we have converted that words of wisdom also the other way around. Only one dependent is farmer, everyone else is independent. So we have to reverse it and make Tirukural come true. So let us ensure that we create a world where food can be eaten without worrying, and we tick the PQR. And I wish everybody to become successful farmer like our Araku farmer. Two promises, whether it is Annamalai or IIT Chennai or anybody in the audience, you want to grow this way, Naandi Foundation is willing to help. We do everything free of cost, no charge. Supply also free of cost. And we hope to start something in Tamil Nadu also. Thank you.